Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a my thoughts and theories and like review slash reaction to Riverdale season 4 episode 8. Let's get started. So basically the episode is the counselor, I forgot her name, but she was on Suits, guys. She was on Suits. The counselor having a one-on-one with what Mr. Honey or Principal Honey thinks are the trouble kids, you can tell. So basically it starts out with Betty and her mom seeing the counselor. And you kind of get into the dynamics of Betty and Alice's relationship. And you find out that Betty is sick of Alice treating her like a child. And we all know she treats her like a child. But then you find out that Alice loves Betty more than Polly and Charles, which is not surprising because you can tell how much she loves her. But part of me thinks that she's giving her extra attention and love because she has the serial killer gene, but I don't know how that's gonna play out because they keep reminding you, and Betty keeps reminding all of us that she has the serial killer genes. Like, we get it, we know. So it kind of came into play already several times, but I feel like there's more to it. You know what I mean? The counselor seems very prepared for anything, and she seems actually knowledgeable. And out of all the adults on the show, well, all the adults in that school, comparing her to Mr. Honey and like the previous principal, even though she's the counselor, she seems to have like a good head on her shoulders. Like, she's legit. And I thought when she met with Betty and Alice, that it was gonna be like a disaster and she was gonna be on the side of Alice, but she didn't take sides. She was very like objectionable and, I don't know, realistic. I like her as a new character. Like, she's cool. She's my favorite right now. And then we have Archie's session with the counselor. Guys, when I tell you that she gave me an understanding of Archie that I didn't have before, she opened my eyes. Archie does seem obsessed with like crime and like being a hero, and it's kind of, he's making himself like this martyr, and he's taking on all this responsibility that he doesn't need to take on. Like, we get it, you open the youth center, but don't put a mask on and try to be a freaking hero. And she gives him like this suggestion that he should open like a phone line and take messages and help that way. But my understanding is, once the messages were sent, what was he meant to do? Call the police after every voicemail? So I had a feeling that when he retired the black mask, he threw it in the garbage, and he like changed his whole living like scenario or situation, and now his mom is alone in the house, which makes her more vulnerable, and he's like Dodger's out there, so Archie moves into the youth center and leaves his mom at home. Dodger's family knows where your mom lives. Isn't she more vulnerable now than she was before when you were in the house? So now he's living in a youth center, which doesn't really save anyone. He's living in a youth center, he retired his mask, but as soon as he got a voicemail, he pulled the mask out of the trash, put it on, and got a bat. So that whole session didn't really help him because he still went back to the mask. He still wants to be the hero. It's kind of crazy. These are my notes, guys. I'm not looking at the ground. I'm literally looking at my notes. And there's this scene where Archie gets really emotional and he's like, I just want to help. How am I supposed to help? And I don't know, I kind of wanted to cry. He got so emotional, and I could, like, in that moment, when I usually look at like the people that go to Riverdale, I'm like, these are such adults. How are they playing teenagers? He really looked like vulnerable and innocent, and it was sad. It made me want to cry, and I felt so bad for him because he is trying to do everything in his power, and he's not really gaining much help. And my thought process through all of this is, why they have a sheriff, correct? Why is there only one police officer? There seems to only be JP. There doesn't seem to be anyone else helping him. Like, where are the other cops? Where are the other sheriffs? He's the only one. Like, I know they're a small town, but damn, they have a lot of crime. They should at least have like more than one cop. I know it's a TV show, guys, but come on. More than one cop, please. Then when Cheryl gets analyzed, I didn't really think about it until this episode, but Cheryl has gone through the most trauma of anyone on the show. Like, literally, her father killed her brother, and then her father killed himself, and her mother's a fucking wacko, and then she digs her brother's grave and brings her brother's body into her home, and she talks to him, and the counselor is like, you're not crazy. And I know she's grieving and she hasn't had a chance to talk to anyone about it, but Tony, I felt like all the sympathy towards her when I usually don't like her. She's so fucking annoying. She's like a hella annoying character, but I felt sympathy for her. Like, I felt for her on this episode. And then the counselor, she tells the counselor that Julian is, she absorbed Julian in the womb. He's the triplet. And the whole time I'm thinking, this is bullshit, but last episode I started like really believing it. And so the counselor's like, we can have one of the doctors I know do a test to make sure that's true, but I think someone's messing with you and moving the doll around. So when she said that, the first thought I had was, this is Tony fucking with her. But then I was like, what if Tony is working with her nana and moving the doll around and doing all this crazy stuff so they could drive her crazy and get her money? I don't know, but the nana is kind of weird, and maybe, I don't know, like, Jason is like, his body is possessed and he's like moving the doll around. I don't know, but somebody is fucking with her, and I'm gonna say, guys, remember me saying this, is Tony is my number one suspect, and then Nana is my second. And then Tony and Nana working together are like my third. But they're fucking with her. And in the process of like revealing all this stuff to the counselor, she loses the one thing that she loves the most, the vixens. And the counselor tells her that it's to focus on yourself, and because she needs to get her life together, basically. So she does lose the vixens, but I really think that she's not gonna be a better person, but she's gonna work on herself. Moving on. Veronica talks to the counselor, and she finds out that she has this thing with her father, like a very unhealthy relationship, which we already knew, but not to the extent where the counselor says it's like he's always gonna wanna control you and you're letting him. And the whole time I was thinking about that, I was like, she does still live with him. She says she doesn't want to be involved with him, but she lives under the same roof. She still probably uses his money. I know she has her own businesses, but I would assume she's making enough money to move out. But she stays in the house even after her mom chooses to let her father back in, which is the point where if I was Veronica, I would have been like, peace, I don't want to be a part of this. But maybe she actually does want to be a part of this. And she applies to Yale, which is the school she wants. No, not Yale. She applies to Harvard, which is the school she's been dying to go to. And she finds out that her father had something to do with it, and it wasn't on her own merit. It was her lunatic father. And so she tells the counselor this, and the counselor is like, the only way for you to gain your independence from your father is you have to cut him off. You can't give him this control. So she does the one thing that she knows is going to make her father angry. She declines Harvard. And then she goes and she tells her dad that I'm not going to Harvard. I declined. He's hella upset. And like the counselor said, he tries to manipulate her. And she doesn't take the bait. She's just like, no, I'm done. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I'm going to make the decisions of what I'm going to do with my life. You have no control over me. And she mentions that the counselor gave her this advice. And when she says that, that's when I get nervous. Like, Hiram is going to off the counselor. He's going to kill her. She's going to disappear. Blah, 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 blah. Something's going to happen to her. But anyways, she's like, you don't have control over me anymore. I'm a free woman. And she literally is a free woman. Living in his house still, but she's a free woman. That logic is so stupid to me. But yeah, she decides to make her own way, which I love. I'm a fan. And then we have Jughead session. Jughead session was the most eye-opening to me because I've been so obsessed with this mystery of Jughead's grandfather writing the first what is the book called? I have it like in my mind. Let me look. Brothers? No, that's a hold on, I can't find it. Writing that first novel in that series that he loves. But we've been so focused on his grandfather and solving the mystery and everything that you don't realize that JP had a different relationship with his grandpa. Like with his father, which is Jughead's grandpa, had a different relationship. He was a drunk, he beat him, and the whole time Jughead disregards that, and he's kind of selfish in a way where he's like, I have to solve this mystery. They're not going to treat my family like this. They're not going to take us for granted. And the counselor points out that everything that you hate, you kind of want. Like, you say you hate this stuff, but you're fighting to get it. Like, the notoriety, the money, all of that, like the status. And Jughead has like this reality check / like he woke up from this whatever the hell he was doing the past couple months at the school, and he's just like, yeah, I've been so selfish with going after this person who did my grandfather wrong that I didn't stop to think about how my father felt about this and how this must affect him. And Jughead's like, my father like sacrificed a lot and he turned his life around, and he wants me to go to the school and make myself a better person, and I'm wasting this opportunity by doing everything in my power to sabotage it. And she's like, do the investigating, find out what really happened, but don't throw away your future in the process. Don't give these people what they want, basically, to call you a loser, to fail. And so he's like focusing on school now. He's getting his college essays done, and he's getting his homework done, and writing his part of the novel or whatever, the competition for the series, to take over the series. And he's like super focused now, which is very attractive. I love Jughead. Like, y'all. Oof. Anyways. Oh, let's take a rewind real fast. The person who's sending these videos to them, fucking creepy. Like, what's the point? And to be honest, I have no idea who it could be, but it's weird. It's creepy and it's random, and I don't get how it fits into the plot of this season or any of Riverdale. But we'll see, I guess, in the future of this season, like where this is going. Anyways, the episode ends with Betty, Veronica, and Archie being charged for Jughead's murder. And of course, the two people who say the two witnesses are annoying motherfucker from the school that Jughead goes to, and the girl who I don't even bother with their names at this point because I can't remember them. Which makes me think that this whole Jughead being murdered, missing, is part of the assignment of the novel they're supposed to be writing, where they have to create the perfect murder. And I feel like this is part of that assignment because they didn't seem like they were freaking out. I just feel like this is all part of Jughead's how to create a perfect murder, and he's gonna win the book takeover. But that's just my thoughts, because when they say create the perfect murder, it immediately went into my head that this is the whole Jughead situation, him missing, him being murdered. But we'll see. We will see, and I'm so excited. So that ends this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and comment if you really enjoyed, and if you watched the episode and you have some theories of your own, because I want to hear them. I want to hear all the theories, and I want to know the things like the name of the book series, because I can't seem to remember it. So yeah, if you comment, and it would really English, it would really mean a lot to me if you subscribe, because I will be making more Riverdale videos, and I'm trying to post again, because I usually do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I'm gonna start posting my Riverdale videos on Fridays with my legacy videos. So if you want to see a Riverdale video again, tune in next Thursday/Friday. I will see you guys next week. Subscribe.